How are we doing? We're live. First and foremost, let me say a big thank you to everyone who subscribed to me. I'm well over 400 subscribers now. And to everyone who subscribed, especially everyone who is brand new to subscribing to my channel, thank you very much and welcome. I hope you find something that you can sink your teeth into. I am driving at the moment. I'm driving to work. It is New Year's Eve and this is the last rant of the year. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull over quickly and see if I can get my phone fitted on the phone holder that I've got, because putting you there is not very good. It's not very good. How are we doing? Right, let me put this here. Hi. Right, let's hope my phone doesn't fall down while this is here. So I've got very little fuel and I'm on my way to work. I'm doing the night shift over New Year's. So, you know, that's unfortunate what has to happen, but, you know, we do what we do for love and money. So, Happy New Year to everyone from the end of 2018 into 2019. My last rant is purely about fare dodgers. This is as a bus driver, and this isn't, normally I'd try and mix it up. You know, I do a little bit of this and a little bit of that, you know, try and keep it balanced, not just about bus driving. For those of you who are bus enthusiasts or work for the bus industry, this one is for you. So there's a video floating around on Facebook at the moment, and I believe it's on YouTube as well. And there's a young man, I'm only going to assume he's 18 or 19 years old, because he looks and he speaks and he dresses like Ali G. And for those of younger generation who don't know who Ali G is, just remember to keep it real, alright? But no, so he said there's a video on YouTube that he uses which has got the sound of an Oyster card beep. Beep. We've all heard it, those of you that are in London. And he plays it on his phone and it comes through the speaker, and apparently it's supposed to trick bus drivers. You see, and it's a very convincing beep. I've heard it, I've seen the video, and this kid's trying to teach people how to get bus fare for free or to trick the driver. Let me tell you something, because there's a lot of drivers out there that have commented on this that say, well, you know, let him get on with it, what has it got to do with me, blah blah blah. Okay, first and foremost is if it's a regular bus especially, it has everything to do with you. All right, £1.50 saved on a bus fare that someone doesn't want to spend. You might just think, oh well, why am I going to tag them for £1.50? You got to understand, the type of bus that I drive, the new Route Master with 3 doors in, 3 doors out, I get this all day long, you see, and I've been given dispensation. In fact, all of us LT drivers, to a degree, have been given dispensation on tagging people for bus fare, purely because it's almost an impossibility trying to keep track on people getting on 3 doors. However, we are still supposed to keep track on anyone getting on the bus at the front of the bus. Those front doors, if you get on the front, you pay at the front. Those are the rules. And when anyone gets on my bus, if you try and walk straight past me, especially if you don't even look at me or give me a dirty look, I'm gonna pull you up on your bus pass. If you try and use your phone on the bus and I see there's no light flash but it beeps, I'm gonna pull you up, you see, because yeah, it's only £1.50, you see, but if 500 people do that in the course of a day, and believe me, it can happen, then that's £750. If my math is wrong, then please excuse me, that TfL have lost out on, you see. Now, that's a lot of money. And if that happens on one bus, and there's 40 odd buses on each route, you know, for example, there's 30 odd buses on 35 or 36 buses on my route, you see, and that happens on all of those buses, and there are over 900 routes in London. Think how much money TfL are losing out on, you see, because it's a big fares have been frozen at £1.50, and they're going to be frozen until 2020. And we're back. We've got a bit of a dodgy signal area at the moment. For those that pay your bus fare, realistically, thank you very much. £1.50 is not a lot of money. £1.50 from one side of London literally to the other, and you get unlimited buses for an hour for £1.50. That's not really much to ask, is it? And if you are eligible for it, you even get half price fare, so 70p. In fact, that's less than half price. You see, there's a lot of people moaning about, you know, let this kid go, it's only £1.50. No, it's not just £1.50. It's £1.50 that one time, and in one trip I can have 15 or even 20 people not pay their bus fare. That's a lot of money. You do that over the course of a day, you do that over the course of an entire route on every single bus, through every single bus in London. TfL realistically are losing thousands and thousands of pounds every single day. It is every single day. And the thing is, a lot of people say that doesn't affect you as a driver. How does it affect you as a driver? You get paid either way. I'll tell you how it affects me. Happy New Year to you too, Roy. I'll tell you how it affects me. Because all routes in London are run by private companies. I work for a private company. And all the routes are owned by TfL, private company. And all the routes are owned by TfL. TfL hire private companies like the one I work for to operate the route, and they do it for a fee. Now, the company I work for can say to TfL, we'll manage this route for 3 years to the tune of, say, £5 million. And out of £5 million, they have to get buses or refurb the buses they have, pay wages, insurance, keep money aside for blah, 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 blah. Right. And then another company can say, yeah, we can do the exact same job, but we'll do it for £4.5 million. But then what TfL will do is they'll look at the cost versus the reliability of said company. And if the company that's cheaper has a very good track record, then that route that is up for tender, because this is called the tendering process, that route that's up for tender will go to the cheapest company, because TfL are losing so much money, they want to save money. So what they're going to do, they're going to go to whoever has the cheapest price for the best value for money as well. You see, so that's how that works. So people paying their bus fare affects me. And the reason why it affects me, because if my route goes to a different garage, Happy New Year to you too, if my route goes to a different garage, I then have to go with the route. I have to go with the route. It's because I'm not type trained or route learned at the moment on any other route or any type of bus. So through the laws of 2P, I have to go with that route. I have to stick with my own contract for a little while if I want to. I mean, I don't have to sign the other garage's contract if it's not beneficial to me. But there's only a certain amount of time I can keep saying no before it's forced upon me. You see? So, yes, skipping bus fare does have a long-term effect on not just me, but all of my colleagues. Because it affects TfL, and TfL want to save money, and TfL will always go to the cheapest bus company that's offering the tender, as long as the route, the company that's already got it has got a very, very, very good track record. And in that case, TfL don't mind spending a bit of money, because they're not having to spend out loads in fines and this, that and the other. So it's a balancing act really that TfL has to try and do. But it's a frustration, because there are so many excellent bus drivers out there that do their job correctly, especially if you drive a standard 2-door bus, you know, on in the front and off in the middle, that actually will challenge people who don't pay their bus fare. There's a lot of drivers, and the thing is, we have to challenge you. You see, you're not going to go up to Tesco's in the cashier at Tesco's with milk and go, I'll pay for this later. You're not going to do that. You're going to pay for it before you walk out with it. So when you're getting on a bus, you pay for your fare before you sit down. It's just how it works. You're paying for something before you receive it. So I'm going to challenge you. If you haven't paid your fare, if you've got a dodgy bus pass, it's my job. And I'm not going to have anyone tell me it's not my job. That's what revenue are for. You see, it's just not on. I mean, there are ways you can get away without paying your bus fare that I know of, but I'm not going to tell you that, you know, and they're legal. But I'm not at liberty to tell you how you can get away with that. That's for you to try and figure out by yourself. But equally, for the amount of good drivers that there are that do their job correctly, that have been through the ticketing process when they get the job, because we've all done it, we've been through the ticketing process. You know, we get trained on the ticket machine. There's many different processes and functions it has, and different bus passes we have to look out for, and blah blah blah. So it is our job to check bus passes. And there are also, unfortunately, a lot of drivers out there that let good drivers like myself and many of my other colleagues down by saying, fuck it, we don't care, you know, it's nothing to do with me, I'm just the driver, blah blah blah. You may well just be the driver, you may just get, as you think, paid to sit down and drive the bus up and down all day long, then go home. If you've got that sort of lazy mentality, then I feel sorry for you. I really do, because sooner or later you're going to end up with someone getting on your bus for free, sneaking on through the back door, or even walking through the front door. You're not going to care. They're going to go sit upstairs, revenue will get on the bus, and you won't remember to say, yeah, there's someone sitting on the top deck, without paying. And then that person will say, yeah, the driver let me on and let me sit down in it, fam. And then what'll happen is that person will receive a fine, and then you'll be written up for allegedly letting this person sit down. And then when it goes to your garage and the CCTV comes in and it shows you just giving a nod and saying go and sit down, you know, you did actually let that person sit down, you know, the garage then receives a £500 fine. See, the person who gets caught receives a fine, an £80 fine, I believe, right, in London anyway. The garage receives a £500 fine. You see, and again, that affects you, because if you're one of these drivers that keep on doing it, that £500 fine can be passed on to you if you keep on letting people go. That's what happens. You see, so I do apologise for ranting on a little bit, but it does affect me and it does annoy me, because I do the best I can in my job, and there's a lot of drivers out there who do the best they can as well. And there's a lot of drivers that just don't care, and you know, it's not fair. It's not fair. There are a lot of comments here. I haven't read them because I'm driving. Thank you very much, everyone, for commenting. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. I've got 10 people watching, 4 likes. God dear. Thank you very much. But I hope we're all well. Hope we're all well. So it is New Year's Eve. We're coming to the end of 2018. It has been a very quick year, and it's always is the case, isn't it? It's the older you get, the quicker time goes by. And it is a harsh reality. You know, the older you get, time does go faster. It's like my oldest boy, he turns 10 in a week. And that's gone very, very quick. In fact, this week, not even in a week, this week he turns 10. And that makes me feel old, because then you have to say, well, you know, my oldest son is a decade old. And you consider it, I'm nearly 35. My son's been alive nearly a third of my life. And that's scary. But it is coming up to New Year's. It is New Year's Eve. Happy New Year to everyone. For those of you that have dogs, you have my sympathy, because fireworks this time of year, from Halloween all the way through Christmas and the New Year, fireworks are an absolute nightmare for dogs. So there are a lot of people out there with dogs that are cowering in the passage or in the bathroom or something. You know, it's not fair on dogs, because they can hear it. Even if you can't hear them, dogs' hearing is very, very sensitive, and they'll pick up on that. They can hear the fireworks from miles away, and it's quite traumatic for a dog. So if your dog does start playing up and you can't hear fireworks, that's probably what is going on there. So spare a thought for animals this time of year. If you are letting off fireworks, you know, please be careful. Don't let kids touch them. I'm not a fan of fireworks myself unless they're being dealt with in a professional manner. Jesus Christ, there's some idiots about today. Are you on crack? Fuck's sake. Yeah, but so for firework safety, you know, if kids are going to have sparklers, you know, make sure they wear a glove. And as bad as it sounds, I'm a bit of a stickler for safety. A damp glove. No, that's not going to happen. But keep a bucket of water nearby. Just a small bucket of water, because spent sparklers go straight in the bucket, and if a child does burn his or her hand, the hand goes straight in the bucket as well. You know, so on to New Year's and travel. Today's travel plans. So for those of you who are in central London, going to the River Thames up to the London Eye, as usual, we are expecting an absolutely fantastic, gargantuan, beautiful display of fireworks tonight in central London by St Thomas's Hospital on the river outside the London Eye. It always is a fantastic thing to go and see. Please be mindful though that bridges are closed and buses are on diversion. All right, from 8 o'clock, I believe the route I'm driving is being cut back to County Hall, so the last stop will be at Lower Marsh, at the Waterloo south side of the river, underneath Waterloo Bridge. And you will have to make your way across Westminster Bridge on foot if the police allow you. If you're going further on than that, from South London up to North London or even Central London, what you may find is that buses going across the river will be diverted up to a point. So I believe Waterloo Bridge will be open to a point. Again, I can't tell you what time it will be closed if it is, and so will Vauxhall Bridge and Lambeth Bridge. They will be open to a point. If it gets to a point though where police deem it necessary to close the bridges for safety's sake, be prepared to be stuck on either side of the river, especially if you don't live on that side. Travel is free from 11:40 on London's buses. Every year it's the same. From 20 to midnight, all buses in London are free. And it will be the same up until 4:30 in the morning tomorrow. All right, so if you are having a drink and you've lost your bus pass, whatever, you will be able to get home safely if you're not a dirty stop out and try going home at 7 o'clock in the morning. One thing I will say though is, if there is any good bus driver worth his or her salt out there on the road today, again, I try and class myself as one of them, if after your New Year's celebration, say 12:30, 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, you try and cram onto a bus, and I mean squash yourself onto a bus up to the driver's door like that, they're not gonna move. They're not gonna move. I'm not gonna move. I'm not gonna drive an overcrowded bus. If you're in a bus that is packed beyond belief and there's people on the stairs and people standing up on the upper deck, it's not gonna happen. The bus is not gonna move. All right, there are buses running all night long. My bus runs every 15 minutes. You may have to just wait or get an Uber. That is just the fact of life. Drivers are not insured to drive overcrowded buses. It's just not going to happen. It's for your safety and our protection. If you are going to get on an overcrowded bus and that driver does move and you are taken anywhere you need to go and you end up injuring yourself, then, you know, that driver's doing himself a mischief. One sec. And there we have an Uber driver making an illegal right turn. And people wonder why I don't like Uber drivers. Not all Uber drivers. Again, I can't tarnish all Uber drivers with the same brush. You know, my brother-in-law's an Uber driver. He does the best he can, you know. But a good majority of Uber drivers don't know their elbows from their arsehole. So if you can prove me wrong, are you going to Tooting? Yeah, I'm going to Tooting. You know what I mean? I'm in Camberwell and there's a blatant ban right turn. This idiot decides he wants to turn right. I bet someone will try one. Yeah, you know, it's just, it is what it is, you know. But if you try and get on my bus after I've told you stop and wait for the next one, and you get on my bus anyway, I won't be closing the doors. I'll be sitting there. And I don't care. It's no odds to me. I'm getting paid an enhanced rate tonight. So I will sit wherever I am for as long as it takes for you to get off the bus. I really don't care. You know, I'd rather have everyone on my bus safe so I can move than have a bus full of people which are unsafe so I can't move. I'd rather take people where they need to go rather than have it in the ear hole. But again, I'd rather have it in the ear hole than have someone get injured on my bus and have me potentially lose my job because I moved a bus that was unsafe. So there we go. So there's a lot of things going on in regards to red tape and boundaries and this, that and the other when it comes to being a bus driver. A lot of people think we are just the bus driver. I'm not just the bus driver. You know, I am the person who you are trusting with your life to take you somewhere. That is pretty much the gist of it. You know, you are trusting me with your life. Your life is literally in my hands for an hour, maybe two, depending on traffic. You know, that's just the way it is. I need to find somewhere to park my car. This is absolutely horrendous. Fuck off. Fucking Domino's pizza bloke sitting in the middle of the road. Oh my lord. Aha, loads of parking. Loads and loads of parking. Oh yes. Right. So I have, let me put the front camera on. Can I see? That's it. I've parked the car. We're safe and legal. Let's go through some of these comments. Let's turn the light off. Oh, not the engine. The engine off. How are we doing? God, there's loads of comments. Thank you very much for everyone that's contributing. Hi. Hello, hello, hello. I do the things. I've got a party to go to soon. Vinnie Harris. Hope you have a wonderful one. Double decker Anton working tonight. I don't know. Kristen Buckingham. Hey, happy New Year. I hope you have a stellar New Year. Thank you very much, Vinny. Roy West, happy New Year, mate. Thank you very much. Here, Sergeant Major Patrick Harper. Thank you very much. Roy West, how you, Dad? My dad's on the mend. Thank you very much, Roy. He's not allowed to do anything, but he is on the mend. Sarah Cornelius. Hi, happy New Year, Chris. Happy New Year to you too. I like how you say it like it is. Vinny, do you know what? I've never been one to mince my words. I say it as it is because I don't believe in sugarcoating shit. Sergeant Major Harper Harris. No, wrong. Sergeant Major Patrick Harper. I don't know where I got that from. I'm mixing Vinny and Mr. Harper together. What time do you clock off? I clock off at 4 o'clock in the morning. Soft 16 stick. My rant is working tomorrow for very little extra. Should be paid 3 times extra. Yes, I agree with that. RPG dude. Do you get your own buses? No, we don't. Not really. We've got about 30 or 40 buses on my route. We get given what we're given. I wish you and Anton, my bus drivers here. I am, you guys are great. Thank you very much. We appreciate that. Sergeant Major Patrick Harper. Anton got free advertisement from that annoying little fare dodger. Yes, he did. That's quite funny. Need more revenue check-in. Kids shouldn't have 24-hour free travel. I know. Do you get your own buses every day? We get given a bus for our first half, then we get given a bus for the second half, but it is different every day. Vinnie Harris, you're a cool dude. Wishing you a great New Year. Thank you very much. That means a lot to me. Thank you. You seem like an absolutely decent chap yourself. Hi, Chris. Hey, Dad, mate. Yeah, he's doing well. Always feel bad on dogs at New Year. So do I. I've got a staffy at home and he's absolutely shaking like a leaf already. I'm watching it on TV tonight. I'll see it on TV. You have a very vast knowledge. It's not that I have a very vast knowledge. It's the fact that I paid attention in my training and I tend to do things properly. It keeps me out of trouble. We need more bus drivers with your knowledge. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. The thing is, there are bus drivers out there with my knowledge. All bus drivers have my knowledge. It just depends on whether or not they want to follow up on it or not. Some people don't realise that there is actually someone behind that screen. It's true. I'm not just a machine. I'm a human being. I do drive the bus. And I get as pissed off as anyone else would when it comes to people being rude. Stephen Highland, Happy New Year, Chris. Happy New Year to you. I can guarantee the party will get wild. My friends always do that. Last time it ended in strip poker. I'm in. I'm in. I've not got much to look at body-wise, but I'm in. Out, in, out. I shake it all about. No, I really will. I'll shake it all. I'll slap it on the table. All bets in. Let's have a look. I have my driving test soon. Any tips? Okay, the best tip I can give you for your driving test, as a bus driver, I can tell you right now. Mirrors, mirrors, mirrors. Okay? Every 5 seconds, flick between your right mirror and your left mirror and your middle mirror. Always check your mirrors. Okay? If there's something you're not happy about on the road, be sure to make sure you brake well in time. Okay, so I'm going to tell you this as a bus driver, what we get taught, and it does pass down into car driving. So, you know, look well ahead of what you don't just look at the car in front, vision up. Look beyond the car that's in front of you. If need be, look through the car in front of you. If there's something that you see up ahead that you're not happy with, be prepared to brake safely. Because if you can brake safely long before you get to that situation, you won't have to apply the brakes hard at all. All right, so be prepared to brake. If you need to brake, squeeze the brake, foot on the clutch, bring the car to a stop, you know, or slow the car down. There's nothing worse than having a jittery, juttery braking experience. And don't keep your left hand on the gear stick if you've got a manual or automatic. Both hands on the wheel, sit comfortably, seatbelt on. Always check your mirrors on a very, very regular basis, and be prepared to slow the car down if you're not happy with anything when it comes to safety. Let's have a look at what else we've got here. God, there's so many. As my tips. What route are you on tonight? I am on a double-digit route in South London. I can't give you the route that I'm actually on because it'll give away the company I work for, even though you actually know what I tell you what, my route goes from a destination in South London to Oxford Circus. That's where my route goes. Hope the family's all right. Thank you very much, Sergeant Major Patrick Harper. I love saying that. That's like the coolest name on YouTube. GRB, was you working today? No, I'm going to work now. Can't hear. Maybe that's because I've covered up my... Hang on. I hope you can hear now. Take your thumb off the mic. Yep, I'm sorry about that. I've taken my thumb off the mic. So if you didn't hear what I said before because my thumb was on the mic, mirrors, signal in plenty of time. Cover the brake if you need to cover the brake. Don't coast with it though, and stop in plenty of time. You know, keep it safe. Keep it safe and simple. Kiss ass. Keep it safe and simple. Good evening, Chrissy, the love machine. Oh, good evening. Happy New Year to you. Already 2019 here in Melbourne. Have a good night, Chris. Happy New Year. David Vinton, Happy New Year to you too. See, we're going international. I love this. This is why I absolutely love it. My mum used to make me laugh at New Year. She used to say, be safe in regards to drink and safe sex. Well, this is very, very true. You know, if you can't be safe, be careful. You know, I gave you and Anton a shout in my New Year. Oh, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. I am the coolest person on YouTube after you and Anton. I'm pretty sure you're way more popular than I. You know, it's like it's crazy. Since I went live with Anton a few days ago, that's all it was a few days ago. I've gone from 295 subscribers to 440 odd. It's absolutely crazy. You guys are amazing. Anton's such a great guy, though. He really is. He's such a passionate person when it comes to YouTube. He believes in it so much. 8 subs, stick with it. Honestly, stick with it. You know, so when I convinced Anton to go live, I intercepted Anton is what happened, and I jumped on his bus as he was coming to the end of his shift because he asked me to do a video with him. So I gladly obliged. Again, he's a great bloke. And I thought I'd give myself a little plug, and the two Sean's, Flat Cat Bus Driver, and Average Steve. Check out Average Steve, such a great guy. I used to cringe when she said it, but I think it made a point. I'm all about safe sex. Yeah, if, you know, do what Jeremy Kyle says, put a hat on it. I don't know when we're going to do a collab because his shifts are very different to mine. You and Anton are the best. Regards, geezers. Have fun in series. And, you know, yeah, I really appreciate. Yes, Anton gone live 26 times today already. Has he? God, dear. Thing is, I popped his live cherry. Hi, Chris. I'm a bus driver at Perth, Australia. Thank you very much for joining us all the way across the world, Ash. Hope you have a safe shift. Thank you very much. I hope you've had a safe shift and have an absolutely fantastic new year yourself. Let me turn this light off. Let me get out of the car. Oh, wow. So, here we go. On my way to work, I've got a very, very dirty camera lens and I'm going to try and get across this road without dying. So, there we go. So it is the new year. We're coming to the end of the year. We've got a lot of people watching. I really appreciate it. My partner is on late shift tonight for Stagecoach in Liverpool. So got to the night shift to myself. Yay, the night on Xbox. Happy New Year, mate. Well, Adam, you know, if my other half was at work at this time of night, I'd probably be sat on my Xbox as well, playing either Borderlands 2 or Red Dead Redemption 2. But it is what it is. You know, as long as you, I've got a bottle of Coke and a bottle of whiskey with you, the night should actually be a win. So again, for those of you that are just, you know, joining me for the first time, thank you very much for the sub. You know, I normally do these sort of videos when I'm on my way to work in the morning when I'm walking. Takes about an hour and 10 minutes to walk to work, but I usually talk about this, that and the other. The channel used to be called Chris's Walk and Talk on Facebook. You can find me on Facebook as well. Do me a favour though, because if you do like these videos, I've got many more videos on Facebook on Chris's Real Talk. A lot of different videos. I use both platforms are the same thing, but I use them for different types of videos really. I just thought I'd use this one today to wish everyone an absolutely fantastic new year and to say hi and thank you to everyone who subscribed to me over the last year, and especially everyone that's joined me recently off the back of Anton's live. It really means a lot to me. Put something on the end of it, as Jazza says. Yeah, that's very true. I'm at work on the 180s tonight. We'll hope you have an absolutely fantastic shift. Be safe out there. You and Anton would do a good Q&A. Yes, you know what? I've been after this Q&A myself for quite a while now. And what we're going to do is I've recommended your channel to lots of friends. Thank you very much, Vinny. That means a lot to me, really does. Because I value all my subscribers. I like talking to you on an individual basis as well. But about the Q&A, I want to be able to sit down with Anton in my place or his, have both channels operating simultaneously. That way we can get questions on his and mine and do a Q&A that way as an interview. Average Steve, okay, I'm just gonna let everyone know now, Average Steve is joining me at this current moment in time. If you don't know who Average Steve is, go and subscribe to his channel right now. Go and subscribe to Average Steve's channel. The guy is an absolute comedy genius. His skits are funny. Just share the love. Go and subscribe to him. I've subscribed to him. I talk to Steve on a personal friend basis now. You know, we're collaborating on a few different things. We've got a couple of things in the pipeline. In fact, you'll know Average Steve because if you scroll through my videos, you'll see Average Steve in one of them. Go and subscribe to his channel. Do it now. You won't be disappointed. Happy New Year, Steve, from me and my family to yours. Have you only driven buses or have you driven coaches as well? I've only driven buses. Blondes or brunettes? I'm gonna say brunettes because my missus is brunette, but if I was a single man, I would have absolutely no preference. A beautiful woman is a beautiful woman. Anton's chat goes mental too fast. Well, the thing is with Anton is he doesn't take time, I think, to hold his finger on the button and scroll up slowly to read everyone. So anyway, I'm gonna go. I'm just getting to work. I do want to have a coffee before starting my shift, and I wish everyone has an absolutely fantastic Happy New Year. Be safe. Take it easy. Mwah.